Welcome everyone. So let's get right on the topic. So we had Powell speaking today at a conference, and he was, well, just to be very simple, he was hawkish, right? So I mean, that's all I have to say. He said the same words that we've been hearing from him and the Feds. It's just that he doubled down on it. So he was definitely hawkish, which is kind of interesting because he was being a bit dovish in the last FOMC meeting news conference. So this switch around is what really spooked the markets today. So now, as you guys can see on the title, am I wrong on the SPY thesis that I gave you guys? Well, I could very much be wrong. And here's the thing. There is a specific level and area that I'm looking at to be completely 100% proven wrong. Because right now I am still holding my thesis for SPY. However, let me tell you guys this right now. I am slowly kind of being a bit doubtful on my current thesis that I have with SPY. If you guys don't know what my current thesis is on SPY, make sure you guys watch my most recent video about SPY. You guys should be seeing that on my channel. So just scroll down just a little bit, or you guys won't even have to scroll down actually. You guys can just click on the channel and you guys will see that video. So if you guys are actually wanting to check that out now, let me give you that link. Okay, so I will pin it right here. Okay. There we go. So that is a video that I made about 12 days ago. Now, things have changed since 12 days ago because right now we have started to make lower highs and lower lows. And the thing is, we have retested 426 on SPY. Now this was a critical level of resistance about 2 weeks ago, and we had to break out of that in order to continue to reverse to the upside, and that's exactly what we did. And again, we called out that bottom on October, the first week of October, perfectly. Now here's the thing. Will this October low be defended? All right. So there is a chance that we can come back down to retest the October lows here, which is somewhere around 422.50 to 420. That is the exact area that I was talking about earlier. Now, the specific level that I want to see if I'm going to be correct or not will be at 422.50. That's right. So 422.50 is going to be the exact level where I'm going to be thinking whether or not, well, I will have to decide if my thesis is 100% correct or 100% wrong. Okay, so if we do decide to come back down to this support level anytime tomorrow or even next week, 422.50 will be the level that will decide whether or not my current thesis on SPY is going to be correct or wrong, right? So right now it's not looking too good for my thesis, obviously. The market has been showing lower highs, lower lows. That's typical of a textbook downtrend. Now, the one thing that I want to also mention, okay, is that tomorrow is OPEX. Okay, so in OPEX, I am also going to be expecting to see a lot of people who have been short closing out on their positions. And what that means is that, well, we should be seeing some sort of a move up, especially after the last 2 days, including today's performance. Now, combining what we just know about the technical analysis here on SPY, yesterday and today's price action, along with what's coming tomorrow in OPEX, we can definitely look out for a small bounce on Friday, tomorrow. Now, there's further evidence that there could be potentially a chance that we can be seeing an actual bounce tomorrow. because SH, because of this specific ticker. Okay, this is the basically inverse of SPY, right? The S&P 500. There's the pro shares short S&P 500. It's the exact opposite, inverse of SPY. And so the last 2 days here, we've seen a nice ramp up on this specific ticker. And I am not going to be expecting this one to continue to go up higher. And in fact, today, okay, we saw SH, we saw around 1.1 million shares coming in. And this is most likely the people who have been short for this entire week closing out, well, based on today's price action on SH, right? They're taking advantage of this run up on SH and the fact that SPY has been going down as well. So, you know, it seems like, you know, I think at the very least, we can be seeing some sort of a small bounce tomorrow. And if we are to assume that the trend will continue, and it's very likely, okay, if we do get a bounce over 426 and we somehow, at the very least, get to 429.50 tomorrow, if there's enough volume, we should see a rejection at 429.50, or if you guys want a nice range again, I've been mentioning this specific range a lot of times for the past couple of trading days. 429.50 to 430 will be an area to watch out for a major rejection. Now, I also want to come back to this 422.50 level. The only reason why I chose this level is that, again, it's a part of that range that we were looking at back in late September to the first week of October, right? 422.50 to 420. But this time around, I'm specifically looking at this 422.50, not just because of that reason, but because of the fact that we have the daily 200 SMA catching up to the price. So right here, this daily 200 SMA is right at 422.11. That's the exact number that it closed at today. So tomorrow, I'm going to be expecting the 200 SMA to be sitting at 422.50 at close. So how am I exactly going to determine whether my current thesis on SPY is correct or not? Well, by determining whether or not the SPY is going to be closing right under 422.50 and the 200 SMA. Okay, so that is the key spot here for price to hold. And remember, we've regained this daily SMA back in March. Okay, obviously we regained it back in July this year, but we came back down during March's pullback, and then we lost the 200 and then we regained it as quickly as we've lost it. Right, we got a nice V-shaped bounce. So with the fact that we're not getting a V-shaped bounce at the first kind of retest of the current area that the 200 SMA is kind of influencing over, tells us that the trend is kind of broken here for a potential V-shaped recovery back to the upside. So if we do get that actual retest of the 200 SMA and 422.50, we need to see it hold. Again, if not, if we see a close, an actual close below 422.50 plus the daily 200 SMA, we need to be very, very cautious, and my current thesis on SPY will be 100% proven wrong. Okay, so obviously it has been right for most of this run up, but the other half, okay, and what is the other half? Well, watch the video. But if you guys want a quick summary, that last half was SPY making it up towards the 440 to 442 price range, or at least minimum that 440 level as the first profit target for SPY since this run up from October lows. Okay, so that is what I am looking at right now. All right, so I am still not, thinking that I am completely wrong. Not yet. I have to see the market proving me wrong. All right. Hey, Joe, what's up? Yes, it's live. It says it right there on the live stream. Well, hopefully. If not, then I don't know what's going on. Yeah, okay, so it is showing that I'm live. Perfect, right? So, you know, again, I'm still not too discouraged where my thesis is at, but again, I was expecting this, right? With every single thesis that you may have or I may have, you need to make sure that in the back of your head, you need to know when you're proven wrong, right? So at least you need to know, right? You need to be able to tell yourself, right? At least a specific level or area where you need to be wrong, right? And that's exactly what I'm doing here. And that's what you guys should also be doing for yourself. So again, for me, this is not something that I would like to see, right? Because again, my thesis is what? To the bull side. And since we've been going to the downside, it's not really favoring my thesis. And it could be the same thing for bears when they're bearish, right? So, you know, again, just make sure you guys understand where you guys should be, you know, focusing on, especially that level that will have to prove you wrong, right? It has to prove your thesis wrong. But overall, again, I am just going to continue to watch tomorrow, especially with the fact that the inverse of SPY has shown a large order today, most likely a sell coming from the shorts, right? Because again, this is an inverse ETF, inverse of at S&P 500 ETF, right? So, you know, especially with this run up and the fact that there could be potentially lower highs here, right? Especially with the 200 SMA on SH, just pushing the price down and keeping the price down. There's a great possibility that we can be seeing a nice bounce tomorrow, along with OPEX as positions are expiring, right? So that's essentially what I have for you guys tonight. You know, I really wanted to tell you guys and give you an update on what I'm truly thinking about my my current thesis, what I've been thinking about the past few days, including especially yesterday and today. So, you know, I'm not panicking. I just have to know exactly where I need to be shown by the market that I am wrong, right? And again, I've been telling you guys this since October lows that I'm willing to be wrong, right? Especially with that most recent thesis about SPY heading up to 440 or 440 to 442, right? Hey, thank you guys for the likes. Awesome. Since it's a little bit late, so let's try to get to at least 5 tonight. But we already have 3. That's already a great start. Now, one more thing, guys. You know, I did start my live on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and then now I'm starting it at 9 o'clock today. And the only reason why I did that was to kind of gauge where people are most comfortable to come into and jump into these lives. So it seems like based on today's engagement and based on today's you know, people who've come on, and the amount of people, excuse me, that have come on, I believe around 8:30 will be the very good sweet spot for me to be live. So I am going to announce this on my Instagram, on Twitter, and everywhere else. So, or X. I know people like to call it X2 now, but most people still like to call it Twitter. So just make sure that from now on, I have made my decision. I'll make sure to have the live streams at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So again, on Tuesday there are a lot of people that came on because it apparently worked out for them and their schedules and their respective schedules, and it still works out for my own respective schedule as well. So, and the fact that, you know, tonight there are still people, but a lot less compared to Tuesday. So obviously 8:30 will be kind of the sweet spot between 8 and 9 o'clock. All right. So I want to just let you guys know that right now. But yeah, that's it for me tonight, guys. I gave you guys a lot already since last week and last week and also this week as well at the start. So hopefully you guys are able to, or you guys have been navigating the markets well. For now, for me, I am just very light on positions. I just have my UPRO position left. I've been trying to make sure that I'm still managing my other positions pretty well. But for this week, based on this price action, it seems like most long positions aren't going to be holding up well due to the fact that the market is moving back down. So even though there are pockets of strength that you usually see when we have market volatility and market pullbacks, so I am still concentrating on those specific individual names and sectors, which I will be posting in the private CFO Discord. So if you guys want to join, make sure you guys let me know. Now, again, for UPRO, basically for me, a break underneath 40 will be an official exit, but I will be continuously holding my thesis until we break below at least 39.50. Okay, so the official position needs to be taken out for myself when we break below 40, but or break and close below 40, but my thesis will be broken wrong on UPRO if 39.50 is broken and we close below 39.50. So that should be roughly around where 422.50 is on SPY, which is the reason why I've chosen that area on UPRO. Okay, so it's just a relative kind of guesstimation. So SPY 422.50, UPRO 39.50. Okay, is when my thesis will be completely proven wrong if we break and close below those two respective levels on those two respective tickers. All right, so that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining this late tonight. But again, I just wanted to try and see where the sweet spot was. So next week on Tuesday, I'll see you guys on or at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your night and have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys so much for joining.